for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see.
Did we just somebody let me know? Am I tripping? Did we just lose a 19-point lead to Terry Rozier and Miles Plumlee? What in the entire, what the fuck happened? Somebody got to tell me, dog. Let me talk to y'all, man. Okay. I'm over here. Okay. I'm chilling. I got the music bumping. I'm celebrating. And you know me, I'm one of those fans who talk shit to the game, like I'm playing. So, I'm talking shit to the screen, right? Like, yeah, especially, when DeJounte got the steal. I'm talking cash trash, bro. And the next thing I know, man, they just walked us down, bro. So I'm like, okay, I understand teams go make runs, you know what I'm saying? And, we might go cold. So, I wasn't tripping as the lead was dwindling down. So then we get to the final 5 minutes. And, bro, I ain't even gonna front. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna sit here and like, bro. So at the start, at the 5 minute mark, right? At the 5 minute mark, DeJounte get a bucket. I'm like, okay. They miss. We come back down. DeJounte assists to AJ Griffin for a bucket. I'm like, okay. They score. We come back down. Trae assists to DeJounte for a bucket. Ba-ba-bum. DeJounte. Hey, so then they go to Trae, right? Bruh, this is what I be talking about, man. He'll play good, but he just has to take these stupid shots. Hey, man, did y'all see? You see when Trae was dancing, man? Whoop, whoop, between the leg and did a step back and airballed the 3, dog. I was dying. I was like, what? I was like, what? I was like, why you just didn't attack the basket, Trae? Man, that shit was hilarious, man. I was like, what is he doing? I don't know why he did that. Like, I'm not mad that he took a shot. I'm upset with what he did. I thought he was going to attack the basket and try to get a bucket, but he did a dribble, step back three. An air ball did. I was like, what? Oh man, DeJounte got his shit blocked. That shit was funny. But man, bro, Jalen Johnson, dog. Bruh, you can't foul a three. Why are you fouling? Oh, dang. Why are you fouling, my guy? That's all I'm wondering, man. You can't listen, man. I'm not saying he's the sole reason we lost. But I'm saying, man, you gotta play smarter, man. You gotta be smarter, man. And then, man, listen, listen, man. How in the hell? How Trae couldn't inbound the basketball? I don't want to hear no excuses that he's short. Woo, woo, woo. Bruh, he made $200 million and couldn't throw the ball twice. It happened 2 times. I'm like, what the fuck, dog? Just throw this shit up, man. Dang, man. I'm like, just throw this shit in something. God dang, bro. But man, listen. Bro, 19-point lead, and we folded. That's a team overall, that's a team effort. That's a team effort, man. You know what I'm saying? But damn, JJ, that's why your ass not on the court. Damn. But damn, that shit was funny that Trae couldn't inbound the ball. I'm like, he back there, he looking like Kevin Huerter trying to inbound a basketball, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Now I say I was clowning at the end, but I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, man. That's why I be telling y'all, man, don't be like me and drink the Kool-Aid. Because this is a game when you are content trying to be a contender or be taken seriously, that's a game you win. You up 19 in the second half. That's a game you supposed to win. They don't even have their best player. We lost to Terry Rozier and Miles Plumlee. Are y'all kidding me? Come on, man. Damn. We have to win these games. We are a 500 ball club, man. That's an easy win you got to take. That could be one of those wins that could be one of those losses that separate us from a play-in or not having a play-in, or hell, making it to the play-in. But damn, man, come on, bro. That's a team, bro. At that, we had a night and tricked off a 19-point lead. That's the team's fault, bro. That's the whole team had a hand in that. Now we can get to the nitty-gritty. I can get to the last 5 minutes and pick and choose for the last 5 minutes. But, bro, you don't blow a 19 point. That first half is exactly how we should have played the second half. That was good Hawks basketball in that first half. Fed the hot man and everything. And then the second half, I don't know what happened in the third quarter, man. I don't know what happened. But you cannot lose those type of games. Damn. I could at least understood if Charlotte came out and jumped on us from the beginning. Then I could have been like, you know what? They kind of caught us off guard. Woo, woo, woo. But we knew we up 19 in the second half. And we're a way better team than them. But then people want to tell me I be negative all the time. So what y'all want me to be positive on this one? You want me to be positive on this one? Since I'm always negative. Want me to be positive? Let's see. Well, we played good in the first half. We fed the hot man in the first half. That's about it, all I can think. And damn, Trae, you gotta inbound the ball, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, just throw that shit in. You know we didn't have no timeout. Just throw that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I know people gonna say, well, they shouldn't have put him over there because he's small, man. He a professional basketball player. He should be able to inbound the goddamn basketball, bro. Damn. He had 2 chances to do the shit. Damn. What's good, Dre? Tell me. I'm tripping, man.
See what my name
What's good?
say? It's tricking
Yeah.
if you got it.
Hey, we're gonna go Dre. We go Dre, John, Analyst, and Juan. Y'all talk
All
to me,
right.
man. What's up, man?
So anyway, so per usual, I listen to the Charlotte broadcast. They almost wet themselves in that second half. They were so excited with all them threes. But we tricked off the game I mean per usual. I mean the third quarter, I don't know what they were doing. Fourth quarter they did the same. They tricked off 2 quarters back to back. Usually there's just one at least. I mean, come on. Miles what was Terry Rozier? And then it was Miles Plumlee. They had the second half of their life. I mean, Ball wasn't playing. And who the other? Kelly Oubre. Neither one of them jokers. They top 2 players ain't even playing the game. Like, what is going on? I mean, Capella did this thing. Wet the bed. Trae wet the bed. I don't. And that out of bound call. I don't understand that. Why? Like I said, I get it. Jamal, your point. He still just threw it in, but why in the absolute hell is the smallest guy inbounding the ball? That makes no literal logistic sense whatsoever.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what the hell they be drawing up over there. That it didn't. I bet it was gonna be some bullshit. Throw the ball in. I don't know, man. I don't know why he put his ass.
They trying to recreate that little shot that went in from AJ. That's probably what they were trying to do. It didn't work.
What?
But
well, if they play some good if they would have played some decent basketball, they wouldn't be in this damn position.
And then let's go back to that foul. At that point, if he should never even put his hands up, he missed a shot anyway. Cause he was off balance.
The thing is, they should have denied Rozier. Rozier was the hottest dude on the court. Why they just didn't try to deny him the ball, I have no idea. You know, but right. Jalen Johnson, hey, what we can critique whatever, but I mean at the end of the day, he had a job and he didn't complete the job. He failed at it. He fouled a dude shooting a 3, point blank. Period, man. I mean, we could debate it all day. I mean, he hit his hand. However you want to call it, Rozier hand with it, his whatever. But I mean, you can't make no contact with them 3-point shooters, so they're gonna call that shit all the time. Now, bro, you know what? I don't even know how the hell we got no late call either. I can't even remember how we got in the position for this game to be like that even close in the even in the last 5 minutes. At one point, it seemed like we had, bro. At one point, it seemed like in that fourth quarter, we had like control of it. You know, I was like, okay, we got control of it now. They made their run. We got control. And next thing I know, we in a damn battle. It's ridiculous, man. You have to win these games. We are not. This is what happened when you trick off the first half of the season. These games for us every game for us is a playoff game because our position can switch between a win or a loss.
Yep. We was a half game back tonight. I said, what we at? A full game, maybe probably 2.
We like in the 8th, bro. We are like in 8th. We over here talking about. We over here getting excited about trying to get to the 6th spot. Think about that, bro. Think about that. But
we should be a top 4 seed.
That's what happened when you trick off the first half of the season, bro. When you trick off the first 42, the first 41, now the other 41, now all those are valuable games for us. You know what it's like for us? The rest of the games for us, we need to treat these just like NFL games. Every game is important.
Literally.
Are we gonna find ourselves messing around in the play-in again, or
probably get eliminated out of play-in?
Bro, we are in no bullshit, bro. We probably a Capella, ankle injury away of a Capella, a Trae, or Murray from being in the lottery at this point right now. That's what we at right now. I don't know if people can see that, but I'm just saying all this because this is why I be getting on their ass. All these other games when people calling me negative because I know how we do tricking off games. Now we out here. Now we don't even have 41 games left Ain't nobody on the panel, ain't nobody in the chat thought we would be in this position right now with that roster we had beginning of the season.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What's your thoughts on the game, John?
I was gonna leave y'all alone tonight. I wasn't gonna come. I wasn't gonna come on because I knew these jokers were supposed to win this. This shouldn't have even been a conversation. But I look in the first half, you playing the same type of ball you've been playing for the past 5 games. What I tell you about halftime, every time halftime put on a jersey, the Hawks, that's the Hawks' worst opponent is halftime. Okay? Halftime came out there, we went right back to what lost us all those games in the first half of this season. Selfish, isolation ball, people not moving, people taking hero shots, people not looking for each other. And if you didn't see tonight why Capella needs to be replaced and somebody else bigger and somebody else more proficient scoring should be here, you saw it tonight. That tip in that he got in at the very end, you just could slip a dollar bill under his foot. He barely got off the damn floor, instead of tearing the doggone basket down. But how you got behind not taking care of the basketball, not moving, Trae taking shots he shouldn't take, and DeMond, I got to disagree with you. You do not put the shortest man on your team up against a center that's he can't even see the sun. That man can't even see the sun. So when you saw that that's what Charlotte was doing, Nate, you should have had somebody else take the ball out, even if Trae sits on the sidelines for this sequence. Because what confidence do we have that Trae Young can make a 3-point shot in this type of environment? I don't have it. This time I don't have it. I would have let AJ take that shot. I would have let Collins take that shot. But putting a itty bitty point guard up against a center and nobody getting open, that's recipe for disaster.
You're right.
But it never should have gotten that close.
You're right. Now that I think about it, you're exactly right. Trae shouldn't have been taking the ball out. You're right. You know what I'm saying? But he did the shit, man. And I'm just like, just throw the ball up. But you know what, John? Against that team, we shouldn't. Like I said, I can't even remember how we even got in this position. We was up 19 and had full control.
We started missing shots, DeMond. We started missing shots. And they were hitting shots that they didn't have no business doggone hitting. And like you said, Rozier and Plumlee, Miles Plumlee, man, that joker couldn't play dead with a casket and a preacher. But doggone Rozier, man, I mean, this joker just about had the game of his life as far as shooting was concerned. But but man, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. The Hawks defense. Now I'm gonna say something about the Hawks defense. They let Miles Plumlee go straight from coast to damn coast, straight up Peachtree Street, and dunk it with no resistance. Folks just standing around there looking. What the heck, man? See, I'm glad I wasn't down there because I'd have been just like Shannon Sharp last night. I'd have been on the floor, kicking off in some ass behind some stuff like that. Because, man, look, even if you draw a foul, man, you don't let nobody go coast to coast on your floor. I don't care who it is. No. I'm going to get me a hen and coke. Hell, I can't.
Go ahead, Anna. Let's talk to me.
I got a couple things. Coming into today, we had a 7:30 game at State Farm Arena against the 12-34 Charlotte Hornets. Yet again, no LaMelo Ball, no Kelly Oubre, no Cody Martin, none of these guys. We come out and we playing them like we playing Miami in the first round of the playoffs, neck to neck. I got a couple things. I'm gonna save Trae for last. I'm gonna kind of go in order. First of all, I want to start with Mason Plumlee. I would have loved tonight.
Dominate.
I mean, I have never seen this dude. Listen, Mason, this dude is the same one shooting free throws with one hand. With one hand, and we let this dude go for almost a career night against us. This man ain't had nothing like this since he came into the league. Okay, Mason Plumlee absolutely killed us. Now, I would have liked to have seen a Derek Favors, but I'm not going to even go there. But the fact that Mason Plumlee killed us it's just unthinkable. I'm gonna skip around a little bit. Then I'm gonna go to the fourth quarter, right? Who's cooking in the fourth quarter? Who? AJ Griffin, right?
AJ.
I think it's a dead ball. And who comes into the game for AJ Griffin?
I forget. Troy?
John Collins.
John Collins. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, bro.
I said, no way. He just took him out. Wait a minute. You know what makes it worse? The following play, or the play after that, Trae penetrates. He could float it up, but he penetrates and kicks it to Collins in the corner. All I could see was just AJ sitting right there, and he would have cashed that three in. And Collins, he bricked it off, and he clanked it off the rim. Now, I also want to bring up one play about John, right? I think this was the play that they tied the game with PJ Washington that three. Or it could have been the one where PJ Washington, or when they took the lead. The ball was on the floor. Not one of our players are going after it. Not one. Not one. We're all looking, and they were late on the closeout. PJ Washington hits the three to either take the lead or tie it, because he hit those consecutively.
That took the lead.
Okay. I'm trying to get everything before I get on Trae. Also, Terry Rozier is absolutely not. He ain't cooking us. He burnt us. He left
17
us.
in the third. 17 in the third quarter.
Goodness, we could not stop this dude. I forgot. I don't know if we forgot what double team meant. I mean, can we throw a double at him at all? Like this dude was keeping them alive. PJ Washington, he hit those two big threes. Other than that, he was keeping them alive. Exactly. He was hitting those threes, and it's like, my goodness, they won't go away. So we never did that. Real quick, I'm gonna go. I've had, I've had coaching experience, and this is something that you never do. You're inbounding. You're getting. We're down. This is after the Jalen. Actually, let me talk about Jalen Johnson real quick. On the replay, it was a foul, but it was a petty call, but it was a foul, right? He goes and he hits the three free throws. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. You can tell he's not even a rookie, but that was a rookie mistake. Why in the world are you closing out on someone shooting a transition three? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're bagging up and then you jump up. Like, just dumb basketball. Just no IQ. So then, wait a minute. Here's where I'm about to hop on Nate, and then I'm heading straight for Trae. Nate McMillan, we don't even get the ball. Before we can even get we see that Trae's inbound the ball the first time. We don't even set up, and Nate's already calling the second timeout. I said, this game might be over. I said, you never call two timeouts. Two timeouts. Because I said it. I said, if we don't get it in on this possession, I said, we have no more timeouts. And I said,
Charlotte called the same timeout.
Huh?
Charlotte called the same timeout.
No, what I'm saying is
we got
the ball. We saw Travis inbound it the first time. Nate called the timeout. Then we tried to inbound it the second time. Trae threw it off Plumlee's leg, and that left 0.9 or something like that. That to me was bad. But here's what I'm really getting on Nate. That out of bounds play was atrocious. No one, not a soul was going towards the basket. Not a soul. You are down two with 1.1 seconds to go, and we got DeJounte coming for the three. We got Collins popping out for the three. We got Hunter coming around for. I said, what are we doing? And I said, man, you got big 7-foot Mason Plumlee guarding the inbound. He's stepping back. He got Hunter. Okay, Collins, he would have probably lost the ball down the court had he had gotten it. And then DeJounte, they were doubling him. And I was like, what on God's green earth are we doing? We had nothing going to the basket. And then Trae. I've been a Trae Young supporter. I've never seen such. I have never seen someone
Hero ball.
I have never seen someone. I listen. I truly believe tonight that I saw Trae Young get in his ego and try to go take over the game. This dude took the ball and dribble, crossover, dribble, and then takes a step back.
Yep.
A step. I said, there is no way he is doing this. No way he is doing this. I'm sitting here, Trae, what are you? Do not do this. Do not do this to us. He doesn't do it one time either. He comes back to follow and play. Left side of the court. Dribble. Step back, air balls. Then the play before that, he goes down. I think he misses a floater. I was like, bruh, if you don't get this dude off the court, get him off the court. And then, I mean, listen, having him inbound the ball, that wasn't the smartest thing. But I tell you. And even though that inbounds play was bad, I'm still going to give Trae a little heat on it because I could tell that Trae Young was looking for one guy on that play. Now, granted, there was not too many guys open, but he was looking for one guy. And he was looking for Murray. I don't know if y'all saw. He kept his eyes on Murray. I said, bruh, Pat, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I saw some of the lowest IQ I've ever seen. I've never seen such. I mean, listen, absolute trick off. We led by 19 in this game. In the not in this game, the second half. And we come out, and I said, we don't put this team away. And we didn't put the team away. And guess what? They came back, and they cooked us at the end, and they won. Trae Young playing hero ball. I mean, we ain't hustling. We just playing like we just out there. Like we supposed to, like Charlotte's just supposed to be that bad team, supposed to hand us the win. And I'm sick of just the inconsistency. We see 5 good games. Oh yeah, this team, we can go top 4 and we can get to the playoff. We keep playing, we get to the final, and then all of a sudden, we come play against the Charlotte Hornets, who I remind all of you guys in the chat, 12-34. 12-30. Do you know that they have the second best odds to get Victor Wembanyama, and we just lost to him on our home court without LaMelo Ball, without Kelly Oubre,
and Oubre up 19.
Up 19 on our own home. Go ahead, Juan. This is just absolutely ridiculous.
So I'm on a point, my little Nito stat. So here's my little Nito stat for tonight. Since the Charlotte Hornets have drafted LaMelo Ball, we are 4-6 against them in the last 3 years. I repeat, we are 4-6 against the Charlotte Hornets in the last 3 years since drafting LaMelo Ball. And he hasn't played in 2 to 3 of those games. For whatever it is, we cannot beat them. I'm willing to put money on a 7-game series with a fully strengthened Charlotte Hornets. They will beat us in the 7-game series. Because we have like personalities and like players on our teams that play the same way. Mason Plumlee was Shaq tonight. He was absolutely Shaq tonight. The fact that you let him grab the rebound, go behind the back on Trae Young, dribble, Dre Hunter looks at him instead of closing out and try to strip him and draw the foul and let him dunk the ball was where the little turning point for me was like, yep, they're probably going to come back and win this game. I don't care if you have tired legs. Don't give me that bullshit because Memphis Grizzlies went on 11-game winning streak and they were playing back-to-backs and had tired legs as well. I don't want to hear it. Don't give me the excuses that we have tired legs. This is where your bench comes into play for you tonight. And we don't have a bench because Nate is reluctant to play those players like other good teams do when they have off nights. Jalen Johnson, I know Bogan didn't play tonight. Frank could have came in and he could have dispelled Mason Plumlee tonight. But we just simply do not use him because we have bad coaching. All right. I don't understand how Clint didn't have it tonight. Okongwu didn't have it tonight. Throw Frank in there. He's 7 feet, man. He's 7 feet. You don't think he can stop another 7-footer at equal size and he can stretch the floor? It's just dumb fucking basketball, man. You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear about fans like, oh, you being a fickle fan. You know, we're on a 5-game winning streak. And I have to apologize to Damon and everybody, man, because every time I start to sip the Kool-Aid, man, it's like, all right, man, here we come. Next thing you know, we do this. Top teams don't continue to give up big leads and lose the game, man. All right? The top teams may give up a lead, but they're going to damn sure make sure they come in back in the end, they're going to win the game. We consistently, as John said, when the third quarter comes, we just stop playing organized basketball for whatever reason. I think we gave up 72 points in the second half. I think it was like 72 or 73 points in the second half. You know, and it's a shame, bro. It's really a shame. DeAndre Hunter was hot as fish grease tonight. Couldn't miss. 10 of 16 from the field. Was carrying us, literally carrying us. And we stopped going to him. Why? Coaching. Why? Trae Young ego. Here's another thing I want to point out. I was listening to the Charlotte's broadcast with Dale Curry and the announcer was talking about. And he was talking about the semblance in the Hawks offense. He said the Hawks run a flow offense. He said there aren't hardly any plays called. He said the only plays that are called are for inbound plays, which is what you saw tonight. And it wasn't even a good fucking play. All right. He said in the flow offense, you have a lot of movement and you have a lot of screens and a lot of picks and dribble hands off. And that's how you get your offense flowing. That's the offense we play, a flow offense. And you can tell on most nights because whoever has the mismatch or the individual ball handler, they go in and make the shot. In case Trae, DeJounte, and Hunter. Trae Young was bad tonight. He was really, really, really bad tonight. In the second half, I just don't know what he was doing. He and this is why he get the Starks comparison to Luka and why people say they take Luka over him because it's things like this. He had 6 turnovers, but people point to, well, Trae was a plus 8. He was a plus 8 because he had 12 assists. That's the only reason he was a plus 8. He was terrible from the 3-point line again. He was terrible from the field. He was ball watching in the third quarter, and Terry Rozier was lighting his ass up. And I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, why can't we beat the Charlotte Hornets? Why can we not beat them? PJ Washington dismantled JC again. And again, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. JC, yeah, he had 11 points on 3 of 6 shooting.
Looked very tradable tonight.
But he wasn't a non-factor. Those points wasn't in the Florida game. Those were 11 quiet points. You know what I mean? Again, having a strong bench would have helped tonight. I don't care if Bogan didn't play tonight. I don't care who's on the back-to-back. This team is missing its all-star and its second-best player, and we lost to them, man. With a 97, 98% fully healthy team, man. You let Mason fucking Plumlee destroy your front line. He almost had more points than Okongwu and and Clint, and he almost had the same amount of rebounds than them as well. I don't understand it, man. Like, we will never get to where we want to be at as a Hawks team or as an organization by losing games like this. I'm done. I'm off my high horse.
Well, man, I could tell. This is how I see it, man. Like I said, unless this team just turns into pure T garbage and we below 500, Nate not gonna get fired, in my opinion. I don't think they gonna replace him. So, I mean, the part about the coaching, I mean, I don't know what we can do because I don't think he gonna get fired, bro. I really don't think they're gonna fire this dude.
I don't think they're gonna let him go for PR reasons, but I don't even care this, but something got to happen. Something has got to change because I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna.
Go ahead. We can hear you, analyst.
He froze.
He froze.
Am I back?
There you go.
Yeah, you back. Yeah,
All right,
you
sorry
back.
about that.
You didn't have no stroke over there, did you?
No. So, but I tell you what. I'm not gonna accept. I'm not gonna accept mediocrity. Okay, 24-23, 47 games into the season. I'm not accepting this. So I don't care. Nate gotta go. Something needs to happen to where I can look at this team every single night and be proud of the group every single night. I don't care what has to. Something needs to happen. Okay,
Well,
we got the trade deadline coming up here in about 2 weeks.
But let me tell you, but we're not. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I was just thinking about this.
Something better, Demond.
But listen.
I would tear some stuff up and something don't happen.
Man, I was
Something
thinking,
gotta
bro.
happen.
I was thinking. The only thing, you know what I bet they do, if they move Collins, they're not gonna get no star player in return. I've already come to terms with that because I already know the owner doesn't want to spend money. So you're not gonna get a star in return. So that's why at one point I was just like, man, if you're gonna trade JC, just restock our draft picks. Because I mean, they're probably gonna get some dudes back that's on 1-year deals so they can get rid of the money. Because let's be real, that's all they really want to do by trading JC. I don't think they're gonna make a trade to really try to go out. Because this what I'm saying. JC contract is $23-25 million a year. You could take his contract, package it, go after a star. But guess what? I started thinking about it again. We only got 2 damn picks left to even trade. So I don't even know how we can go get a star. So now I'm thinking, okay, so we can't go get a star. Who are they gonna trade JC to make and get something back in return that's gonna make us better, not make us even, but make us better. I don't think I can't think of nobody that's gonna fit under the 20. That's gonna fit 23-25 million. That's movable. You know, I was thinking like Kuzma, but the Wizards don't want to trade him. The dudes on the Raptors, I would love Siakam, but we don't have enough to go get a Siakam or OG Anunoby. So at the end of the day, wrestler, if he ain't gonna go on the cap, then Cal Korver need to get off his ass and start this player development crap he was talking about last week on the radio.
Wait a minute, he's not in the job no more.
You're gonna have to spend money, or you're gonna have to develop. The only thing is, developing takes time. It takes time, years. Okay, we got something cooking with AJ Griffin, but guess what? I mean, hell, is Nate sabotaging us? Because your guess was good as mine. I'm like, why you taking AJ out the game? That made no sense. And I try to give Nate the benefit of the doubt, saying he an old school coach. I'm a ride with my starters, but I'm like, y'all, bro, come on, man. You see the flow of the game. You see what's going on. Why would you do that? But bro, Nate, I don't think they're gonna fire for some odd reason. I don't think they're gonna fire him, bro.
Hey, bro.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, Juan. Go ahead.
Bro, 10 of our 23 losses have been to teams at 500 or worse. But when we talk about it, when I air it out on here, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're a good team. No, bro. No. 10 of our 23 losses have come to teams 500 and below. 5 or 6 of those have come against teams in the lottery. Like, you can't sit here and tell me as a lifelong Hawks fan who's been watching, like Demond said, since the late 80s, early 90s, that this is something I should be get accustomed to, dude, because I'm tired of it, bro. Like, it's the same thing every year, bro. 10 of 23 losses have come to 500 or less. But when we talk about it, it's just like, oh, it's because of talent, it's because of we're not healthy. I don't want to hear excuses, bro. I don't want to hear it no more, man.
Yeah. And
that's why I be on their ass. That's why I be on their ass at the beginning of the season. Because like I was saying, if we was playing Hawks basketball at the beginning of the season, and like I was saying, this team, we should at a minimum should have been 10 games above 500. then guess what? Then a loss like this don't mean as much. You like, you know what? We tricked it off.
Yep.
But we still in a good position. Bruh, every game for us is a playoff game.
It sure is.
Because
and we always put ourselves in this position.
Exactly. In games like this game could be the difference between, like I was saying earlier, being a 6 seed, being the bottom of the play-in, or being in the damn lottery.
And the rest of all these games, we've tricked off. And also, here's what I don't understand about our group. We can play so well, and then if I was a Charlotte Hornet, I can get behind the way they play. They play hard and they play together. And you saw it. That's why they stayed in the game. Ain't no way in the world a team with Terry Rozier leading the helm should be able to stay in the game against our group. There's no way in the world. But they play together and they play hard every single possession. They're on the floor. They're hungry, and they know that they get a little bit of confidence that they got a chance. And we come out there lollygagging. Oh, we got a good win last night against the Knicks. Put up 139 points. Let's walk in here and let Charlotte hand it to us. No. That's not the way it works. You got to play hard every single night, and that's one thing that you watch a team like Charlotte tonight. They play hard every single possession because they care and because they knew that they had to come in here and play hard to give themselves a shot. And sometimes some things need to shake, because right now I tell you what. Y'all already know how I feel about Nate, so I'm not going to even touch on that. I want him gone. But John Collins is going to have to he got to go. He got to go for a couple reasons. One, his play is just not good enough. But two, he's the only way we can seriously improve this roster, right? So him, and I hate to say it. Because I feel like he's going to catch fire soon. But Bogey, he's got to be another one. He's got to go. But Collins, Bogey, and we have to improve. In my opinion, we got to improve the power forward position. I would love to upgrade over Capella, but I don't think that's going to happen. We got to improve at power forward, but we have to improve our depth. Depth. Now, I thought there were some guys that Nate could have went to. I thought he could have went with the Derek Favors, Frank Kaminsky. I thought he could have went to man. I don't understand how some people don't say Vit is a tempo changer. He changes the tempo. 6'9". He changes the tempo of the game. He brings the energy. He may not be the best scorer, but he brings the energy. And guess what? He's under control of the offensive end. He's not going to make a lollygag pass. But I would like to see some of those. We got to improve our depth. We got to fill the back end of the roster with grimy guys that can shoot, and guys with size. We got to get some ball handlers in here. We have got to shape up the depth, and then we have got to improve the power forward position, and then hope that can drag through the issues we're having with Nate to the end of the season. Because
how you going, bro? We're not going to improve at that power forward position. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Unless the improvement is JJ or what they idea is playing Hunter there, that's the only improvement you're gonna get, bro. Who you think we finna get that's better than Collins in return for Collins on the trade?
You're not getting anything better. You're not gonna get anything better than Collins. You're gonna
that's what I'm saying.
Something equal to a Leicester. You're gonna get a 2-for-1, or you going, or some team that's out there, they're gonna give you a 1-for-1 with a draft pick, but it's also gonna be lesser value to JC because of his contract. His contract is a beast, man. It's $25 million. No team wants to put that on their salary cap because we'll give them a chance to free them up if there is a disgruntled star out there or something. They want to be able to have the room to make that improvement. That's where we're at right now. And just like Schlink said in his interviews, he regrets bringing some of these guys back, man. Like,
hell, I wonder who. We know who I did. That was according to the reports, because I know some cats be like, "Hey, with the sources lying, woo woo woo." But according to reports, Tony Ressler wanted John Collins back. Yep. We had his ass traded.
Because And I found this out. I can't stand. And they had the nerve to put Tony Russell on the camera at the end of the game, looking all fussed. Like, get off here! Like, get out of here. And then you know what I found out on draft night. On that was going on down draft night. We had John Collins out the door, heading to Sacramento, to get Harrison Barnes and a draft pick. And
I remember that.
And,
the fourth pick.
The fourth pick, and Tony Russell like, well, that's not enough for Collins. And I think at that point, Travis just like, I'm done. I'm done. If you don't think the fourth pick and Harrison Barnes is good enough for John Collins, I'm done. So I feel like this. When I say upgrade over Collins, I also mean like a better fit. But if we can't get upgrade at power forward, we got to get better depth. We got to fill in the back end of the roster. Because I tell you what, I'm not going to watch. If we don't win a championship this year, which is not going to happen, then, I can live with that until going to the next season. What I'm not going to watch is mediocre basketball for the rest of the way, up and down basketball for the rest of the way. I will not. I'm not going to come on here to say, oh, we can do this, we can do that, and then come on here and we talk about, well, we need to do this, we need to do that. So something has to happen. I hope we're not blind to it. Tony Russell, I hope he can lift his hand off now that he got his son and his best friend.
Analysts, don't get your hopes up. I've already got it in my head. We're not gonna really do shit. We're not getting nothing in return for John Collins. Okay. I think go ahead, Juan. Go ahead.
I know John Collins is a talking point right now, but I just want to piggyback off what John said one more time, bro. When that halftime come, it's just like the Monstars, man. It's like all our powers get soaked away, bro. It's like we go in, we take 5-10 minutes off, use the bathroom, text mama, all that, and then we just come back out. Oh, we forgot to play basketball, and it's happening to wins too, man. You know what I mean? The third quarter is our biggest enemy, bro. Like, we played the worst basketball as a team in the third quarter. And that's usually what teams catch up to us, and then we're in a dogfight in the fourth quarter. And it's comical, bro, because it's the same thing every night. Like, you already know as a fan, here we go. 19-point lead. Like you said, Damon, gone instantly, just like that. Just like that, bro.
I can't even recall. I can't even tell you what happened, bro. I can't even tell you, because I couldn't believe when I started, like, in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, I was just like, we are really in a dogfight. We were just beating their ass.
Yes.
And I'm like, we are really in a dogfight. But hey, man.
And I'm looking
sorry,
at it.
man. I gotta say it again, bro. I'm sorry, but that Trae Young, that he did that dribble.
Yeah. It was terrible.
And you know the worst thing about this? I'm looking at these stats.
Hey, when he did it, Juan, hey, I'm sitting here like, please go in. Jesus, please let it go in. When he airballed that shit, I was just like, bro, it's just
you know why that shot missed?
It took the life out of me, man. I was just like,
now look, you know why that shot missed? He was looking in that man's face. He was looking dead.
Nah, he missed the shot because the Lord said, no, you should have passed the ball.
Yeah.
Y'all should have heard the Charlotte announcers, though.
He looking in that man's face trying to showboat, and then when it came time for to shoot the shot, he shot the shot before he even saw where the rim was.
Hey, when John Collins missed that three, I was just like, bruh. We don't have nobody else to shoot that. Why is he in the game? Why? Like analysts said, that's AJ's shot. Like, why? What are you doing? Bro, it's like, you know what? It feel like, if y'all might call me crazy, okay? It feel like we just find a way to just beat ourselves, man. Like, hey, let me try this way, see if we can lose it like this. Hold up, though. But, man, and when Trae Young couldn't impound the basketball, bro. I was like, really? Like, you're a professional NBA player, but then, like y'all say, man, I'm like,
nope.
Why would you put the smallest motherfucker? And you see they put in the center on him.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope. That was.
And guess what? And guess what? The last game, the last game winner we had Jalen Johnson inbounded the ball. Like, come on, that
bro.
It's just right there.
Y'all should have heard Charlotte announcers clowning us, bro. Clowning us.
bro.
Every
yeah,
announcer clown us.
and
Every
also
last one of them
Gerald wants everyone to know that Okongwu played terrible tonight.
Oh, we know.
He wanted everyone to know Okongwu played
But
terrible tonight.
he lucky we don't do player rating because I'd give him a 0 tonight. I'm so disappointed in him, man.
Damon, I know the reason you went from player rating because of the time, but bro, we had player ratings tonight. It'd be all toe up. It wouldn't be good at all,
Bruh.
But see, what you're seeing is a team that gets up to play certain games,
Yeah.
and they do not treat the game like a business. Go out, beat your opponent, move on to the next one, no matter who it is. See, last night, what they did to New York last night, it was just like, only thing they
Turned it on.
tomorrow night is just roll the ball out there and we'll win the game. No problem. Everything's straight. And see, this is what has to come out of this team, and this is where the coach comes in. This is where the coach and your veteran, if you have any, players come in. Look, this is a job. Your job is to go out here, see a clown, knock him down. Move on to the next clown, knock him down. That's it. That's it. It's got to become business-like. It's got to become business-like. You don't be circling no calendar talking about, we're going to have to play Brooklyn tomorrow. Who we playing tomorrow night? Oh, shoot, we ain't playing nobody but doggone Charlotte. Don't worry about it. And that's what I saw tonight. Like, they were so doggone shocked that Charlotte was giving them a game that, let me do some hero ball here. If I hit about 3 threes, we'll be all right. They'll bag down, but Charlotte wasn't stopping. Wasn't stopping.
John, you're right. You're absolutely right. We have a propensity for the last couple of seasons that we play upwards to teams that are like higher in the standings or the big market teams. Brooklyn, New York Knicks, LA Lakers. Hell, we lost the Lakers 2 times this year. LeBron destroyed us. We don't want to go back in PTSD from that. Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, all Milwaukee Bucks, all the top teams we get up when we will play somewhat Hawks basketball for at least 80-90% of the game. But just like you said, when we had to play them Orlando Magics, who we lost to, the Houston Rockets, who we lost to, the Charlotte Hornets, who we lost to. Notice the trend I keep saying, or notice the trend that John is saying, the teams, like he said, the lottery teams who we just think we go roll out there, OKC, who we lost to. The teams that in the lottery teams that we just think we just roll the ball and we get scored and our talent will beat them. No, because every team is an NBA team, dude. Like all of these dudes got drafted. Like, if you don't play defense, somebody gonna hit shots. They're going to make shots, man. Like, they shoot this shit every day in the gym, man. And just because they don't show up every night, they average 5 or 6 points. These dudes can score, bro. They are ballers. They're hoopers. They're professionals. They work on their craft every day, even if we don't see it, man. And if you give them an opportunity or give them confidence, they're gonna make the shots and they're gonna beat you. You know what I mean? Like, it's fickle for us as fans or for us realists to be like, we'll move on. It's just another game. It's the mentality and culture, man. We do the same thing over and over again. We continue to lose to these really, really bad teams. Then we get to the end of the postseason, like, how do we end up in AC? How do we end up as a play-in team? This is how.
Yep.
And what is the definition of insanity, gentlemen? Have you ever heard that?
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
And see, you all talking about Hawks basketball. Isn't this it?
So wait a minute. We lost.
Isn't this it?
We lost to Charlotte by 20 at home.
Yep.
Game 3 of the season.
Yep.
We got and I'll go ahead and throw Toronto in there because they project to have a top 8 pick. We lost by 30 to Toronto. Look at this. Look at this trip. We lost to Orlando, Houston, Oklahoma City. Got killed by New York.
Didn't we? We tricked off the Houston game, didn't we?
Yes.
Yep.
Since y'all use that term now,
Yeah, we was beating Houston ass and tricked it off.
That's what we're talking about, man.
Like, this is unbelievable. Like, you can I don't understand what it's gonna take for this team to learn what, like, This is just a loss of words. A loss of
Bruh,
words.
I mean,
It's gonna
we
take
done
you
came up,
going down and cussing them out at halftime in the tunnel.
we done
Or
came up
you
with
be
every
at the
excuse,
sideline
man.
cussing their ass out. Cause
We
see, the fans, us fans. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm paying my hard-earned money for this team, whether I go or not. It's coming out my cable bill, my satellite bill.
Yeah.
It's coming they've created a revenue stream where you don't even have to be there and you paying for this team.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yep,
when I do splurge and go get a ticket and go down there, I'm acting a fool if they not winning, if they not playing right. And see, they can throw me out if they want to, but I'm still gonna let them know. Just like Buddy did down there in the Georgia Dome, in the Mercedes-Benz Dome tunnel when the Falcons were coming in. Hey, tighten your goddamn ass up. Tighten up on down there. Matt Ryan, you suck. I mean, hey, man, I'm sorry.
Hey, that is exactly why I had people over here telling me, "Oh man, that's messed up. You should go." I told y'all, I'm not going to another game. I'm not wasting another ticket, another dollar on the Tony Wrestler Foundation. This is what this team looked like, a foundation. I'm not wasting another dime on going to go see this team play in person. If I looked at the schedule and I just wanted to go see a win, I said, let me go see Charlotte. They'll be terrible by that time. Mellow out, and I go. If I'd have bought a ticket to the Knights game and I saw them trick off the game the way they did, I mean, it's just unbelievable.
You know what hurts? You know what hurts? I watched DeAndre Hunter score 4 times on the same play on a down pick on 2 down screen coming off the curl off the baseline on Gordon Hayward 4 straight times in the first half. Mm-hmm. He scored 17 points in that second quarter. In the third quarter, he kept it up. I think he hit like 5 or 6 more points. If you see someone got it going for the night and he might bust out for a career high and he just cannot be stopped, why not come up with a coaching plan device for him to keep rolling? Yep. Like I don't have to be a coach, a professional coach, to see if somebody got it. Yep. And DeAndre had it tonight. He absolutely had it, man. He's been having it for the last 2-3 weeks. Give him the ball, man. Trae, find him. Put him on the block. Come off curls. Get him to free up the baseline. Like, it's beyond me, bro. It's fucking beyond me because basketball is easy, man. Like, it's easy to understand. It's easy to play, man. Give the hot man the ball. Let the dude go for 40. He was cooking.
Let me tell you what's funny, man. You know what's so funny about everything everybody's saying? We say this shit all the time, bro. It's just a different game. It's just a different game, bro. But we say the same stuff all the time.
Let them
my question is this. My question is, I'm gonna tell you like now. This is my question to y'all, but let me tell you how I feel about it. The question is, what are we gonna do to fix it? And my answer is this, bro. The only way this can get fixed, only the players can fix this. Because, and I say that because I personally believe Nate don't have no power to do anything, no leverage to do anything. So so obviously he can't threaten them or nothing. But the players, they got to go out there and want to win the game. What I don't understand about the Hawks is how can you play so good in the first half and common sense don't tell you, hey, guys, we're going to play the exact same way we played in the first half. We're not going to deviate from the plan. Like, I don't understand how the players don't grasp that. Like, I wouldn't even need a coach to tell me that. I don't need a coach to tell me that. I'd be like, hey, guys, we're going to do the exact same thing we did because we killing these dudes. The exact same shit till they stop the shit. And we just don't do that. We not, and I think Mike said too, they not smart. They're not smart. And they got sometimes the ego, they ego, I'm going to tell you something. Trae ego definitely came out at that 5-minute mark, man. But DeJounte was cooking.
Demond,
then he got blocked. Hold on, let me say this real quick. Then I go to you, John. Okay. Then he got blocked, and then he did. I don't think he ain't took another shot. I didn't get to see Hunter was cooking. I barely saw him touch it in the fourth. How many shots he have in the fourth quarter?
2 shots, and he made one of them from the baseline.
John, bro, listen. I put that part on Nate. Like AJ should have stayed in because AJ was listen, we was already
cooking.
listen, Plumlee was already killing us on the boards anyway. So I mean, having John out, hey, we wasn't winning the rebounding game anyway. We might as well just give up the boards. Okay. So we wasn't stopping Plumlee anyway on the boards. So he could have kept AJ in for the scoring. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Damon, how much more efficient can a 19-year-old be when he played 10 less minutes than what Bogey usually plays? And because Bogey plays 33, 34 minutes a night, and he only shot 7 shots and made all of his threes. And how much more efficient can you be? How much more
Juan,
does it take? Like, it's true and as loyal as Nate is to Bogey and Jason and his starters, his ass should have been loyal to AJ tonight because the boy couldn't miss.
Exactly. And he was hitting timely shots. It's timely shots. And you take him out the game for an ice cold. He was colder than frostbite for an ice cold John Collins to come
matter of fact, AJ had like 2 points within that last 5 minutes. He was
exactly. And
it's dumb, it's just dumb.
It's dumb, coach. I would never do that it's just dumb. I would never look and say, oh, this dude he's just playing so well and they're going to get someone else off the bench.
But guys,
also,
is Nate gonna get fired though, man?
Man, we need him to.
Hold up.
I'm looking at the standings, and we just blew a prime opportunity to slide into 6.
Yes. What about this?
We own the tiebreaker.
Is Nate gonna get fired? And who the hell we gonna replace him with?
Bro, anybody that has a connected brain still. Anybody that got a connected brain still.
No, see, this was not a firing offense for Nate. It was bad coaching, but it wasn't a firing offense.
I could go back to a lot of games. It's a firing offense.
These players tonight messed this game up. These players tonight messed this game up because, see,
John, you draw out of bounds play.
You won 5 straight games playing a different type of, as you all want to term it, Hawks basketball. You won 5 straight games doing that. You lost leads, got them back because you kept your nose to the grindstone. What was working in the first half was working in the second half once you finally got back to it. Because after halftime, it's just like you had a damn core dump. Just wiped everything out of your head. This is what happened tonight. It was just like these jokers went all the way back to that same dumb basketball that they had been playing for the first 44 games. Okay? Now, Nate, all right, I fought him for the out-of-bounds play. I fought him for that out-of-bounds play 2 times. I really, I hold him responsible for that one. All right? Then I hold him responsible, too, for not putting Frank the Tank in there. Okay? Now, Miles Plumlee, okay, if you can't stop him, beat him up. You got 6 fouls just sitting there on the damn bench that you ain't using. If you can't stop him, beat him up. Make his arm so tired he can't shoot the free throw afterward. Okay? And you keep sending people at this man. And don't let this man sit up here and get career numbers on you. This is embarrassing.
Yep.
He used to be here. Plumlee used to be here, didn't he?
No, he wasn't. Plumlee wasn't here. Not Mason, I don't think so.
No, Mason was never here. Mason.
No, we had Miles Plumlee. Miles Plumlee.
Same Plumlee.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is the same. This is the same Plumlee.
His brother's in the Army. He's in JBLM. I met him. He's like 6'10", tall as I don't know what.
This is the same Plumlee. This is the same Plumlee that tricked off the Nuggets game 5 in the bubble that could have had him. That could have had him up 3-2. It's the same one. He came in and looked like, as y'all said, Shaquille O'Neal in Orlando tonight. Like, this is ridiculous. And also, John, listen, y'all know I used to coach. There is no way in the world I would draw up an out of bounds play with a second to go with nothing going to the basket. Like, that was Frank. I've never seen anything like that. I watched every one.
And they were all converging towards Trae. Like, what are y'all doing?
Like, what are we doing? Like, you're coming. Like, I was like,
there was no spacing whatsoever.
And analysts, I mean, That's you put Frank the Tank in there. See if you can draw a foul or something. You know, I mean, he would look, man. I'm my problem was you let the game get this close, then you blew it at the very end. You know, you just it's just like the Falcons, just like the damn Falcons. The worst opponent for the Falcons is the Falcons.
Well,
Okay?
maybe these players not good as we think they are, man.
I won't say that. I won't say they're not as good as we think they
Up
are.
here,
I mean,
up here,
I mean, what?
up here,
I mean, Juan.
here.
But the
up
record
here.
says they just average ball club. They average players.
We've been
That's what the
average
record
for
say.
we've been average for 2 years. I agree. What I want to point to, man, is we have a good. I think my opinion. We have a good mixture of good to elite players on our team with Trae and DeJounte being elite in certain things that they do. And then Hunter is trying to get to be an elite, at least from the mid-range, you know what I mean? What we don't do well is capitalize on all of our guys' strengths very well. And that's a lot on Nate. We play a lot of guard ISO ball. Bogey, Trae, DeJounte. We play heavy ISO ball with our guards. And like Michael always said, when you come in here, a lot of it comes down to making your shots because a lot of other teams do it. You got Jaylen Brown and Tatum. They play a lot of ISO ball, but they hit their shots. You got Curry, Thompson, those guys. They play ISO ball, but they hit their shots. You know what I mean? We are heavy ISO.
You know what? One more thing you forgot, Juan.
Yeah.
One more thing. None of their ISO players is 6'1" either.
That's true. That's very true. You know what I mean? Unless your name is Kyrie Irving, and he's 6'2", but he's an elite basketball offensive player.
Ooh,
he put up almost 50 the other night. Anyway, going back to what we were saying, man. Like, if I'm a coach and I'm watching these guys every single day, every time in practice and whatnot, I should know what I have. And to analyze what he said about 20 minutes ago, it's our depth that makes me really mad because we've been preaching depth for the last couple of years. Look what happened to us in the Miami series in the playoffs. Our depth has been one of our Achilles heels. I'm telling you right now, if we make it to the playoffs, the Holiday brothers ain't playing. Kaminsky's not playing. Vic's not playing, and whoever else, unless your name is Bogey, Okongwu, and AJ Griffin. I'll be surprised if Jalen Johnson get any minutes. We play an 8-man rotation. Tonight we played 9 because Jalen played 6-7 minutes, and I don't know why he's just gotten burned. He's not playing no more ball now. It baffles me. We play an 8-man rotation. The better teams of this league play a 9 to 11-man rotation. They have dudes constantly coming in that know their roles. Key point, they know their roles, and they know how to play on both sides of basketball. If you are PJ Tucker, say player, you're going to play hard-nosed defense, and you're going to rebound, and you're going to shoot the occasional three-pointer. We don't have that. We don't have those roles here, man. And so everybody trying to get in where they fit in, unless your name is Trae, DeJounte, or Bogey, because you're always going to have the ball in your hand. I've said this before, and I keep saying it to everybody. DeAndre Hunter, to me, is my favorite player on the team because I believe if he can continue the aggression that he has, he will end up being the most complete player on the team because of his height and his ability to guard 1 through 4. He can do everything on the floor now, it seems, and he's starting to get that confidence. He's very passive. He's just very passive. He don't have that aggression. But when his confidence is brewing, he can score. He's averaging 17, 18 points over the last month or so, man. And he's going higher and higher and higher. To me, he's the most important player on the team because it's his ability to play both ways, offense and defense. That's just me. Everybody else has the other difference of opinion. I think we need to start involving him a lot more than the heavy guard ISO ball that we do, man. That's just one lens of looking at it. What do y'all think?
Well, number one, I agree with you as far as Dre Hunter, and also before everyone else answers that question, I want to just backtrack a little bit to something else you said. Start with the 8-man rotation. One, I argue that the guy shouldn't have been, that fatigue. With Nate, you can't go 8 rotation on a back-to-back after you
Yeah.
just put up 139 points last night.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
like, what are you thinking? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Also, this is what I've been saying, and people swear to me that we have an identity. We don't have an identity because no one on this team even knows their role. And Juan, you said it perfectly. The Bucks. I don't see Pat Connaughton try to create like Bogey do. I don't see Bobby Portis try to take the ball. They played their role. Connaughton knows he's coming in there to be an energy guy on defense and to shoot the ball on offense. Grayson Allen the same thing. Like the stars handle the things. I don't see Joe gonna put the ball on the floor, step back, try to go to the basket, do all this extra stuff. Like there is no identity on this ball club. And I tell you what, the identity just didn't go away over the past 5 games. We still didn't have one over the 5 games. We were able to get away with it. But we do not have an identity on this ball club where everyone knows their role and everyone is comfortable within their role. And I'm sorry to say it, but until you get some guys and a coach, because a coach matters in that, because a coach is the one that makes that role clear, that makes that identity clear on the team, that this is your job. Okay, and that's why I've always liked the Bud ran team. Even when he was here, our teams were organized. Everyone knew their role. So until we can get that, this team is always gonna be up and down. That's when you don't have consistency because you got everyone trying to do a little bit of everything.
Now, analysts. Mm-hmm. So these past the 3 games were a fluke.
It wasn't if we just won them.
See.
No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with being a fluke. We just won them. We don't have an identity. We don't have an identity.
Okay, but see, thing is now, why did we win them?
I mean,
why did we win them?
Tempo,
and we got stops, and we were able to get out and transition. We played a lot faster. So we came out this game, and we were slow. Like I don't understand that we came out slow. We were settling for bad shots again, and I got Nate sitting on the sideline just looking on. To me, and this is why I'm so big on identity, is because when you got guys like Ian, and when no one has a role on the team, when people don't know their role, that's when you have just crazy, ridiculous shots. And that's I think what hurt Dre Hunter a lot is because after Trae got done doing what he was doing, after Murray got done doing what he was doing, everybody got done getting their own. And then Hunter okay, let me get mine. He'll come in, he'll take an ill-advised shot. And you got Collins trying to come in. Like this team is out of control, and it shows in games like this. And just to go ahead and put out a pre-warner so that way I won't get called negative. Even if we beat Chicago next game, don't expect me to come over to be all happy and spinning around and be all happy, because this is until we gain some consistency up in here. And I thought we had some with the past 5 games tonight that we don't. Until we get some consistency up in here, don't look forward to anything.
We need, what we need, man. What we need is, and I must say it, I don't care what nobody say, LeBron always get knocked, especially by Skip Bayless, for making the right basketball play.
Yep.
And sometimes what we need Trae Young and DeJounte Murray to make the right basketball play. I understand they making the big bucks, okay? I understand they probably feel, hey, we are the stars of the team. This is our time to make it happen. But listen, everybody it don't have to be Dame time for you every night. Okay? Pass the ball. That Trae Young air ball, that's why I keep going back to it. That made no sense what he did there.
We was up 3 points too. We was up 3.
Yes.
We shot that.
All he has to do, I don't care if he take a shot and miss, but I do care when it's clutch time that you play smart ball. He could have passed the ball. I thought he was going to at least attack the basket, at least do that and create. But that's our star players not making the right basketball play. Okay, you don't have to score all the points in the final 5 minutes. DeJounte, he was decent the last 5 minutes, but he went attacked the basket and got blocked, and I ain't heard from him no more after that. I ain't seen him no more after that. After he did start like the final 5 minutes hot with the steal and all that, but when he got blocked, I ain't see him no more.
And Damon, to address what you said about LeBron, yes, I'm a big LeBron fan. I've been watching him ever since he came in the league. That's just me, huge LeBron fan. He does always make the right basketball play. He does get knocked by everybody, man. But just like you said, he makes bigger bucks than Trae and DeJounte. And just like those dudes make the big bucks, like that's all part of a high basketball IQ too. Like a good basketball IQ will say, like Trae, I'm off. I got dead legs. I'm not making anything. Let me try to find the best play. Clint is my go-to option to pick and roll. Let me get him more involved. Because Clint was here and there. Besides that tip in night, a lot of his points were like, like they wasn't high impact points for what Capella was doing tonight. Let me find the right basketball play. Let me find AJ. Let me try to find Dre. Like he should be going to huddle. Like DeJounte should be going to huddle. Hey Nate. Let's get AJ. Let's get Dre some action, man. Like, these guys are hot right now. Let's find them because they can't be stopped. You got Gordon Hayward, who's coming off an 8-game injury, and he trying to guard Hunter. He was smoking him, bro. Smoking him, man. And, like, as a coach, you're supposed to recognize that. Gordon Hayward don't have his legs underneath him. He's on minutes restriction. He's in the fourth quarter. He's playing against Dre. Go after him. Attack him, man. Rozier is 6'2". Put Murray on, attack him.
But
like,
you know what, Juan? Juan? That show you the difference between Trae Young and DeJounte Murray and a LeBron James, because LeBron James is that coach on the court.
Yeah.
LeBron James does recognize and see stuff that's going on in the flow of the game, and he can point it out. So he don't need a coach to say, "Hey, man, hey." You should say, which to me, anybody could see what was happening, but like I said, man, they gotta make. But this is what I'm gonna say. I think the only way we can right the ship is it has to come from within. It got to come from the players, man. One, yeah. I say that because see, Nate. Don't get me wrong. He definitely he do need to be fired. But he's just there. Like he has no, because I believe some of the reports now. He don't have no real authority there. So it ain't like he could really experiment on certain lineups. But then what I do fault him over is like he does some of the dumbest shit. Bro, and I think analysts said it. Why you see Okongwu getting murdered out here tonight? He had a horrible game. You did nothing cross your mind to say, I have a 7-footer on the bench.
Or
let me at least play him 5 minutes and see what he can get. Nothing.
Thank you.
Or like, bro.
Or the fact that we just signed a veteran backup big and Derek Favors. I mean, I guess
it's almost like two things be crossing my mind sometimes. Like when he does stuff like that. When he took AJ out, I'm like, is he really trying to trick off the game? Like, or is this political? Does he have to put Collins back? Bro, he was in the game with them starters every night.
He's too loyal.
I can't remember even the last day we was beating the Knicks' ass, he still ended with the starters till it was 1 minute left, bro. I promise you, man, sometimes I feel like he really trying to fuck us sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? Because some of that shit he do is nothing crossed his mind to say, damn, Okongwu, you getting murdered, bro. Let me put Frank or the dude that got on a 10-day who probably would have went out there and ball because this 10-day should be ending pretty soon.
Damon, it points to as well going back to having that strong bench. How, just like you said, I'm with you. How does Nate not see Okongwu, who played 30 minutes last night, and I forgot how many minutes he played tonight, close to probably 50 minutes, 60 minutes over the last 2 nights. Not think, let me put the 7-footer who hasn't played in 3-4 games, throw him in there to at least slow down Plumlee a little bit for at least 5 minutes, like you said, to give my 2 bigs some rest. Capella on a back-to-back, we know he has lower leg issues. Why are we playing him heavy minutes on a back-to-back? I don't, dog, you don't need to be a coach to know this stuff. You don't have to be a coach to know this stuff, man. Like, this is just observation, man.
That shit just blew my mind. I was like, so he not gonna put one of you got 2-7. You not gonna put one?
Yeah.
Just to see, just to say to yourself, the motherfucker can't say shit. I didn't try to put a 7-footer in.
Try, at least. Keyword, try.
Like, my mind is blown. But when I go replaying the games in my head, this shit is hilarious how we lost it. Bro, let me tell you something. I don't know what's dumber. Him making Trae inbound the ball or Trae not inbounding the ball twice. They both did exact. Listen. Nobody looked at Nate and said, hey, man, they got a center on Trae throwing the ball in.
Hey,
you might not want to do that.
When I say, and I got clowned this year and last year for saying that Nate's coaching staff was terrible. Listen, his coaching staff is terrible. Them guys don't know what they're doing. And listen, and I still put blame on Nate, but even if it's not Nate, somebody on that bench should be able to say, hey, Nate, come here real quick. We get murdered on this matchup right here. We need to do something different. You know,
like Trae didn't say, hey, coach, hey, they got a center on me, man. I don't think I could get the ball around them to run this fucking play. Like, and they both did it. Like, we really fucked some shit up in this game right here. That inbounds pass, the 2 inbounds, the stupid foul by Jalen Johnson, Trae with the step back, with dribble, air ball, Bro, what the fuck else happened? Nobody guarding PJ. Let me go back to that play Adams was talking about, man. Bro.
Hey, look, bro. That was in Golden State, bro. Fire Nate.
Bro.
Oh, man.
Bro, when they all stood, bro, hold up. What was that one? Trae was ball watching like a motherfucker in that 4th quarter, man. And who hit that 3? And he tried to run out there the last second. I'm like, why are you not already out there, Trae?
Wasn't it Rozier or Washington? No, it was Washington because they got the rebound. We had fought for the rebound. Plumlee grabbed another offensive rebound. He got it slapped out his hand and went straight to PJ Washington. And John Collins was sitting there trailing and looking like, oh, that's my man. And he splashes a 3.
Nobody went after the ball.
Hey, the funny thing is John was half bent over looking at it, and he went, and then he saw the ball with the Washington, and he gonna try to go, oh, he shoot. Yes, like, you didn't go after the ball. Yes, he's gonna shoot the 3. Gave up the lead right there.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, man. Listen, and y'all heard me say this plenty times, man. Bro, for some reason, tonight, once again, this what happens when we show we don't play. For the 5-game winning streak, we played 48 minutes of basketball. Tonight, we didn't play 48 minutes of basketball, man. We just tricked off that last. We tricked off from what? When they start coming back in the 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Halftime was out there on the floor.
I agree.
Oh, man, halftime come in. And he killed the Hawks every time. Halftime, don't have no uniform number. Don't even have him uniform. And he come out there and kill the Hawks every time. Now, and one thing I want to say, because I'm looking at the game again. Now, Trae Young, and I've been noticing this for the past couple of games, and it really showed itself tonight in the second half. Trae Young will bring the ball up, make his first pass to DeJounte. All right, DeJounte dribbles, tries to find somebody else. Trae Young will go to the other side of the floor and just stand there by himself, not move, not do anything. So really, it's a 5-4 advantage for that defense, for our offense, because Trae Young is not even involved in it. He's not moving. He's not doing anything. He just goes out there to either one of the corners right at half court and stands there.
You know what? I wonder if they told him to do that. Because when they said, I think that was Juan who said it, that they say we run a flow type offense. It's just
a flow offense.
It's no plays, it's just a bunch of screens. I wonder if they told Trae, hey, don't set no screen, just go to the corner. I mean, I see what you see. I see the same thing you see. But, I mean, somebody telling him to do that.
Is he being told to do that? Is he just doing it?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to save his legs for his offensive explosions. I don't know.
Man, see, and thing is that during the 5-game winning streak, he moving.
Yeah,
he moving. Everybody was moving. But
I'm looking at these highlights right now, and Trae, damn, bro. I hate to pick on him tonight because he's bad, but I'm just looking at the highlights. Like, they just going after him on certain plays, man. Like, it's one play where Gordon Hayward was on him. He was guarding Gordon Hayward, and Gordon Hayward did a simple through the leg crossover, and Trae just gave up on the play, and they got an open 3-pointer.
But see, like I be telling people, man, the New Pack City, man, I say here, man, we a Trae Young led team, bro. For some reason, when he play hard on that defensive side, bro, and he is a playmaker on the offensive side, we are dangerous. He's elite. We are a dangerous team, but when listen. I can't remember where I heard it at. Something was like his defense was lacking because he ain't have to because he had to score the points or something to that effect. Now that DJ here, he don't have to worry about so much on the offensive side of the ball. Well, I expect a better effort on defense. Listen, people on that 5-game win streak, the only number that mattered, that really affected why we was winning them 5 games was his defensive rating was 106 during the 5-game winning streak. Bro, that's 11-point difference.
Yep.
That's from his regular shit. And people coming with it, well, because the Hawks doing it, I'm listening to 92.9 a game. Because it's because Trae is playing defense. I don't understand why people are scared to say it. When he locked down on defense, and you know what? I'm tired of the excuses. He too small. F all that, bro. When he locked down and play the best that he can do, we are 11 points better on the floor.
Yep.
There you go. You had a 5-game sample. And I bet you right now, if you could pull a rating per game and split it first half, second half, I bet you it's probably it's double-digit difference.
Bro, the fourth quarter 5-minute mark came to bite us again. Outside when DeAndre and AJ hit those little floaters or those jumpers or whatnot, y'all know we didn't score a basket to Capella's tip in with 5 seconds left for almost a 3-minute stretch. We did not score a single basket besides Capella's 2 free throws and Capella's tip in for a 3-minute stretch. Those same fourth quarter monsters came to get us again, man.
We had the damn DeJounte block. He got blocked on one possession. Damn, my mind going blank. I know Trae did the crossover air ball. That's another possession. Did Dre Hunter miss a shot in there? John Collins missed a 3. That's another possession. So that's 3 possessions right there during that time frame. Man, listen. This game, I mean, just like everybody's saying, man, we can put blame on every last person on this team that played tonight. We could put bruh, from Nate to JJ with that stupid foul to who else? DeJounte Murray. I don't know what happened. He got blocked. I didn't hear from him no more. Trae Young, stupid, ridiculous. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, bro, it's no blame to go around, man.
Everyone had blame, really, to me, except for AJ and Nate pulled him. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, right? Every time AJ hit it, because I watched the sidelines too, because I'm obviously I'm big on coaching. Every time AJ hit a 3, I'm looking over there. Steve Clifford's like, God, he's like, man. Nate pulls him out. He looked like, oh, okay. That was the chance right here. I mean, it was a true trick off from the point where things got to be going wrong for you, Charlotte. When at the end of the quarter, you give up 4 points in the span of like 2 seconds. We still tricked it off. Bruh. I'm telling you, this is just ridiculous.
Like I said, it leaves a lot to be desired as a coach when you see your team is struggling and you have a fully capable bench and you don't rely on that bench, man. You know what I mean? It also comes to development. I just looked at the play. Y'all remember the play where Plumlee stole the ball from DeJounte when Trae shot the pass, that bad pass, took it down the court again. Rozier missed the layup and Plumlee puts it right back in. I'm like, when did Plumlee become goddamn Giannis, man?
When he played the Hawks, they ain't his first time lighting our ass up.
Bro, I'm just pissed at it, man, because we let this dude be Giannis to us tonight, man. And
hey, where the hell was the Kongwu tonight? Where my Kongwu fans at?
Missing in action.
Where he was at tonight, man? Where the Kongwu fans at, man? Who was telling me he should be our starting center, man? Hey, no bullshit. I think it was New Pat City. They was telling me that they like Clint coming off the bench. Bro.
Away from that.
I don't think that's gonna work, my guy. But I got I gotta get back on Nate. You got 2 7-footers sitting on the bench, Nate. What are we doing here?
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta help your player out, man. You saw he was mismatched. You saw he was undersized by a lot because Plumlee not a little dude, man. And you didn't do nothing, Nate McMillan, with 2 7-footers.
Mark Williams.
He had my buddy on 10-day favorites. Ain't play 1 minute, did he?
No,
and he's done now.
The rookie from North Carolina, Mark Williams, 7'2", scored 8 points and 5 rebounds. 7'2". They got 2 7-footers on their team.
Man, Juan, they got more than that. Plumlee 7 foot, Mark Williams is 7'2", JT Thor's I think 6'11". They got Kai Jones who's 7 foot, and guess what? We had 2 of them on the bench, and we just let them warm up the bench tonight with a 6'9" point guard.
They played all
Rutgers 2.0.
Yep. And man, this is
off, man. It's
good to see you, Jordan. By the way,
yeah.
What's up, Jordan?
So I wasn't on yesterday. I was busy. The lady took up all my time, but I'll be straight here. I didn't watch the game, and I'll tell you why. Because and I'll tell you why. Because
thought they was gonna win.
I remember Demond was saying something like three or 4 streams ago. He says, the only way that the Hawks they really turn the season around is if they go on a run. And I'm like, you know what? I agree with that. And Demond's right on that because, this team really needs that confidence boost, that they can really do something here. And you're going down the games. You're looking at all these games that are coming, and you're like, okay, that might be a tough one. That's a win. You look at the Charlotte Hornets. You're like, that's a win, right?
Bruh, I would have put money on that game.
You look at the Charlotte Hornets without LaMelo Ball, and you're like, that's an obliteration. All right, this is gonna be worse than any crime in the top penitentiary. Okay, this is gonna be a murder. Mason Plumlee 25 points. What the hell is going on here?
Shit, he had a double-double.
You're like, what the fuck is going on? And it doesn't even make sense to me because if something's not working defensively with this guy Plumlee, all right. Put Derek Favors in for one. Give him a chance. I mean, the fucking guy, he's finished his 10-day. He hasn't got a single minute on the court. And you're telling me that size couldn't have came in handy today at some point? I just don't get it. I couldn't believe what I saw at the end there.
Well, see, the thing, this is what I was thinking, man. Before all that news broke, I was thinking Nate wasn't playing certain people because he was coaching for his job. This is before all that stuff broke out. Because I thought Nate wanted to be here and wanted to coach.
Right.
But now with all that news breaking out, he don't want to be here. We already know he don't want to be here. now I look at some of his moves. It's suspect as hell, bro.
Yeah.
It's no way Collar should have came back, and he had 5 fouls anyway. So why you putting him back in? Besides,
But
that's
just
just
quickly,
a minor point.
Just quickly, I don't know if you guys have been. I wasn't in yesterday, but Collins has been playing well. I know today he had an off game, but Collins has been playing a little bit better as of late than he was earlier.
Yeah, but that's
He's
not
way more
thing is this,
efficient.
Lord, but see, the thing is this: what we're upset about Nate is sometimes.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah.
Sometimes we would like you to coach
Oh, I
according,
got you, brother.
not coach, but we would like you to make adjustments, and if those adjustments work, stick with them. AJ was cooking.
Oh, listen, I don't doubt
Coaching. That is
Yeah.
coaching.
But you know what? Like, and I can relate, guys, to this bullshit because I mean, fuck this year, man. I mean, I came in with high expectations for the Raptors this year, and it hasn't came out officially yet because the Raptors do a good job at squashing this shit. But guys, we lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, okay, the other day without Giannis or Middleton. We lost to the Celtics today without Jason Tatum at home.
I watched that game. That was ridiculous.
And let me tell you what it is, analyst. And I'm 100% confident.
Minnesota yesterday.
Yeah, and we lost to Minnesota. Let me tell you what it is.
Damn.
They are trying to lose. There's no way about it because there's too much talent on that roster for them to be like, oh, you know, we're going to lose a game against Minnesota and the Jason Tatumless Celtics with Nick Nurse as a coach. You know what I mean? Like, he would make the proper adjustments, and he's won those games every single time.
And Jordan,
They
you're
want this
right,
team to blow the
because
fuck up.
both those games you all had won.
Yeah, and no, exactly my point. We were up by fucking 18 against the Timberwolves.
Sound like the Hawks.
Fucking break. Give me a fucking break.
Hey,
Like,
that's
in
what
the
happened to
fourth
us
quarter
tonight.
with 6 minutes left. Yeah,
We
they
was up
want to
19
lose
tonight.
games right
We was
now.
up 19.
So I'm telling you right now, guys, the Raptors players are available at the deadline because they are done with this shit. They're done.
See, this is the problem with us, and I was just telling Juan and John and analysts this. I don't think ownership would take on the money. Like, I don't think they'll take on as much they want to get rid of John for whatever reason they want to trade him. They're not trying to take on a Siakam contract.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I really believe they'll give up whatever we need to give up to keep Trae happy. But I don't think Tony Russell, I know one thing he not going to do is have an expensive ass team out there. I don't think he'll take on the contract of even if we traded for OG Anunoby.
No, I got you.
He gonna be.
You know what else I worry about, Damon? And I mean, I've been watching the Hawks all year. All year I've been watching the Hawks. And you guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong here or whatever. I think we know Trae's calling the shot, so that's no secret. But my thing is this. I don't think you guys are ever going to get that second true superstar you're looking for because Trae wants the shots. And if you're going to bring in a guy who can get those shots up, he don't want him in. Trae Young needs to be the superstar of this team in his mind. You know what I mean? You see it in the playoffs every time you guys are in the postseason. He's the one taking the shots, especially in clutch time. We know that. And he's usually pretty efficient at it. But nevertheless, in terms of getting an overall second bona fide guy, it's got to be approved by Trae Young. And he don't want to score. He wants to be the fucking scorer.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't. At this point, if I believe everything I read, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
I'm not gonna ride with it because I mean I don't know.
Right.
But I would if somebody told me if it leaked out that was true, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. I got you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You
know what? At the end of the day, it got to come down to a point to where your star player values wins over stats.
Yes, Damon.
Because what I'm saying is this. This is what I would tell Trae Young, man.
Yep.
If I could talk to him as a diehard fan, I would tell him this. What you don't want to do, and I hate to say it, because this is my favorite basketball player, you don't want to be a Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah.
No one cares that Nick averaged 25 for like 12 years. No one cares.
I got you.
But guess what? If he had one title in Atlanta, he will always be in the NBA top whatever, 50. Because people will remember that. When they put a statue of Dominique in Atlanta. If a casual walk up to that thing, you know what a casual will say? Oh, he must have done a lot. How many championships he won? Because everybody else who got statues got championships.
Damon, I want to point something what you're saying. look, man, Trae knows he has that money. He knows he's going to try to do everything to earn up to that contract. But Trae is very cognizant of his stats. We all know this. All right?
Right,
Trae thinks that for him to be relevant and for him to be a very good player in this league, he has to get 27 and 9 a night. You will never see Trae Young get a game where he'll have 12 points and 20 plus assists and like 3 or 4 steals, because that's not the way he plays.
No.
All right. Trae, I've seen his he's an unstoppable talent on offense. He's a very elite on offense. But I have watched games this year in the past where Trae will look off teammates to make sure that he gets his shot attempts up and to make sure that he gets his attempts at the goal. Again, he had 22 shots tonight. He had the most shots out of anybody again tonight. 6 or 7 of those shots should have went to DeAndre and AJ tonight.
What is
because Trae is very cognizant. He's cognizant of his stats, man.
What he shot tonight? What he shot tonight?
9 of 22. 9 of 22.
Well, now let's go back.
And what he shoot for 3? I bet that shit was terrible.
It probably was. But let's go back now. And I told y'all a long time ago, when you brought him here, when you drafted him, Trae Young was the one that was taking all of those quote unquote ill-advised shots, 50-point games to win. Okay. Not right now. This is a transfer point where he has got to stop doing that because he has help now. Trae Young leading the league in points and assists. Okay. He would have had far, far more assists than he has right now if you had a bogey that could hit a couple of shots, or a herder that could hit some shots when they pass it to him wide open on the floor. Okay. Now, this is what you raise. What you're looking at is the monster that you created, Hawks.
Well, you know what? And that's the fans' fault too, because guess what?
See,
guess what? Like a fan like me, I hate when people tell me stupid shit like that. He led the league in points and assists.
Yeah, man.
I don't care. He ain't lead the league in fucking win. That's all that matters, bro.
But even then, guys, just to point this out, because I just wanted to look this up because this is crazy to me. This is fucking crazy to me. When you used to think of Trae Young, at least on the outsider perspective, you could think of a guy, you know what I mean? And this is at least from any other team's perspective, you know, when we would come against you, we look at a guy who can drop 30 on any night. You know what I mean? At will. If he wants the 30, he can get it easy. And you could see him get 40. You've seen him get 50, right? The bottom line is, without looking it up, because I have the number here, when was the last time Trae Young got a 30-point game, guys?
I want to say about 7-8 games ago.
It was 7. And the reason I bring this up is, and this is the crazy to me, because I remember, you know, in recent history, 7 games seems like a crazy long time for Trae Young not to have a game.
It's almost.
Am I wrong for saying that? You know what I mean? That shit.
No,
so crazy
because the shift is taking place.
No, the problem.
Look,
you know what the problem was? Why he ain't had a game? Because he ain't been making the shots.
That's my point.
He put up enough shots.
But that's on the.
He take enough shots to get 30.
Sorry, go ahead.
Look, right now, if you was to look at the Hawks team right now, and Jordan, I'm going to ask you from the outside. If you're looking at the Hawks team right now, this season, who scares you on the Hawks team right now?
Who scares me as a shooter?
I'll be straight right now. The only person, nobody scares me. Like I'm not going into the Hawks right now saying like, I'm worried about this guy or this guy. With the way that Trae Young's been shooting,
But 2 years ago, who scared you on this team?
Trae Young guy, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's playing his worst basketball to me.
Yeah.
Am I wrong for saying like he's playing his worst basketball?
You're right. And the reason I brought that up, is because he was your Atlanta Hawks. You know, everybody was talking, and I remember when we first started talking, when I first started coming in here, and the question was asked, what identity do we have here? I said Trae Young.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I said Trae Young is the identity because he was the one that he was getting on, just like Demond saying. Okay, the fans pumping him up, Sports Center pumping him up, ESPN pumping him up, NBA TV pumping him up. Everybody's pumping up Trae Young. Okay, you look for somebody to take the last shot, Trae Young.
No,
you look for somebody to lead the team in scoring, Trae Young.
Yep.
You didn't care about nobody else. We didn't care about nobody else because
Trey Hunter, who? John Collins, who? I got you. I know what you're saying.
It was Trae Young. Now, like I said, it's time for Trae Young, since he has that help in a DeJounte Murray, Hunter, Collins, for him to start deferring. And those past 5 games, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And that's why you say, and I honestly believe you were including a guy, and I brought up John Collins earlier, but I'm serious. You look at how good well-rounded he was playing the last couple of games. And it's because you guys were playing team basketball and it included your backcourt. Like that was also pretty much like the most clear thing to me. Look, I remember analysts the other day we were on and you said, the number one thing that's pissing me off right now is we traded all this value for a guy like DeJounte Murray, for him to be doing inconsistent bullshit. And then the last 4 or 5 games now, he's been doing his thing out there on a consistent basis. And it's because you guys are playing team ball. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. Like this shit, it was Trae Young is so boggling to me. So boggling to me because you're right. He's the guy that everyone, when you're coming into Atlanta, you're like, all right, well, that guy Trae Young, you got to be mindful of that.
Hey, so I want to address the chat, man. First off, I want to address Envy. He said Trae the second highest scorer tonight. Damn, what the fuck? Be a fan somewhere else. If people hate the team so much, Trae can make one bad shot and go out. Okay, Trae shot 22 shots. He shot 22 shots, and this is what the fickle thing. This gets me. Just because he's the second leading scorer tonight, that covers up all his wrongdoings. It covers up his bad playmaking, it covers up his bad defense, it covers up his bad shot making because he scored the second most points tonight. This is what we talk about, how the fans, people don't watch the game. That's first and foremost. Then another person that said something, Finisher said they want Trae to defer, then be the star, but rip him for not being a superstar. Here we go again. I'm gonna give you a case in point. Giannis Antetokounmpo, when we played the Bucks 2 weeks ago, had 7 points, 19 rebounds, and 15 assists. He deferred most of the night because Brooks Lopez and Drew went off. You could still be a superstar and defer. You don't have to score all the points. And this is what I'm talking about, fandom, bro. Like, people don't watch the games. They watch highlights, so they watch Bleacher Report, and then they come up here or they look at the box score and they come up with these dumb takes on here, man.
Yeah, well, and you gotta love John Q. Public. You just gotta love them. They'll buy all the hot dogs and all the memorabilia. They the ones they want to come through the gates. Those are the ones they want to come through the gates. See,
the thing is this though, Juan, with Trae. And listen, like I follow Trae hard. That's why I be on his ass. But people call me
too, man.
But people call me a hater. And the reason I follow him so hard is because I understand, and I'm going to say it again, we go as Trae Young goes. I don't see why we don't go as Clint Capella goes. We don't go as nobody. We go as Trae Young goes. That's why I be trying to tell people. That's why I be on them. And the difference, if you look at last year, let me go back to what I said. I said this at the beginning of the season. If we stay the number 2 offense, but we get our defense, and we was ranked 26. I said, but if we just improve 10 slots, we will win 50 games. That's what I be trying to tell people. They be like, why? I said, because we suck on defense because of Trae Young. The numbers going to tell you that, so you can look at all of you want. So then this year, when we struggle at the beginning of the season, people say, why we lose it? I'm telling people, why they say the defense, I think we're 13th in defensive rating or something like that.
Yeah, 13, 14, somewhere around
there. The defense have went up more than plus 10, but the offense has dropped 11. And I tell them, look at the numbers from Trae. Last year, he shot 48% from the field.
Yep.
This year, low 40s.
Yep.
3-point, he shot 38%. You could call that elite 3-point shooting because the average is like 35.
Yeah, it's close to 40. Yeah.
This year, he was like at one point, he was like 28%. I think he might be at 31.
Still horrible. That's pretty bad for his
And
shot
then
rate.
go look at his bro. His everybody who said on here and in New Pat City who said Trae, that's the best game I've seen him play, or they said that's the least his second best game. The dude only took 1 3-point shot that night.
Yep, and we won heavily, 18 and 12 and 3 steals. 18, 12 and 3 steals.
So why people can't? I don't see how people just don't see this. That's why I be on his ass so hard. Because
remember,
you know what? Look, I wish I had some advanced stats. I bet you money if you pull his defensive rating in the first half compared to the second half of the night, I guarantee you it's plus or minus 10. It's minus 10 from the first half.
Remember, Damon, Trae Young, you remember the very first leak out of Hawks camp was Trae Young suspended for a game because he had to choose between a shoot around and getting treatment.
And
Trae Young
people sit here, you know what's funny? People sit here and all last year, well, Trae throw them the ball and they wide open and they can't shoot. Now that their role has reversed, people scared to say that. Like, man, Trae really sucked from shooting the ball. Bro, you can't tell me as a Hawks fan, chat.
Not me.
Y'all can't sit here and tell me as a Hawks fan.
You can't.
His last 4 minutes of that fourth quarter was fucking terrible.
No, man, they Trae fans, man. They don't. Every time you criticize Trae and his leadership, like it's like you're wrong for doing that. Oh, Trae scored them. Trae was the second lead scorer. He took 25 points. Oh, Trae was heavily. He had 12 assists. He was terrible in the last 5 minutes. Like you can criticize Trae just like you can criticize Nate, just like you can criticize JC and everybody else. Man, nobody's above reproach when it comes to the team as a whole, man. And Trae, as the multi-million-dollar $200 million player and the so-called leader of this team, man, he's going to take the most criticism. When Boston lose, when LA lose, when Brooklyn lose, Kevin Durant, Tatum, LeBron, they take all that blame, bro. Like, fans need to get outside the bubble of Atlanta and they need to listen to other sports.
Bro, if anybody else would have took that dribble, step back three, and airballed it, that'd have been the first thing I would have seen in the chat. That'd have been the first. Why did JJ? Why did Collins? Why did this? But as soon as I say, man, that shit was stupid. Well, y'all act like y'all can't criticize, bro. The man get paid. We pay him $200 million for a reason. That's what I be trying to tell y'all, man.
This shit's so crazy to me. Finisher just put in the chat two different things that kind of boiled my bones here. He said to Gerald. He said to Gerald, no, we aren't Trae bashers for everything wrong with the team. It's too easy to place all the blame on Trae. Y'all blame Trae for stuff that sometimes out of his control. It's silly. This team is Trae Young. Trae Young makes all the decisions. I get there's a lot of issues going around front office, coaching. I get all that shit. But Trae Young is that team when he's on the court. And there comes a point where he has to.
It's just like NFL football, bro.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
It's just like NFL football.
Yeah.
When the team wins, the quarterback gets all the credit.
That's right. Yep.
And then the quarterback, when they give him the credit, he think it's my teammates. It ain't me. When the team lose, bro, when the Falcon lose, that was Matt Ryan standing up there.
Yeah, and you know why? Because who's making the money? Who's making the money? The person who's accountable has got to be the guy who's making the money.
But for some
Trae's
reason,
making the money.
For some reason, when you say something about when you have expectations, see, this is the thing. Let me tell y'all something, man. See, this is the thing with some of y'all, man. Like Chauncey say, man, some of y'all, you just like the entertain. You just like the glitz and glamour of having a Trae Young. You just like seeing the Hawks jerseys everywhere. You like seeing this on TV. You don't care when we be on national TV, we get our ass blown the fuck out. Y'all don't care about that. Okay. Y'all just like the glitz and glamour, and y'all so scary that he might request the trade. Let me tell you something, man.
I don't care.
If he requests a trade, I don't care. Because guess what? The next game, we gonna be right over here. We talk Hawks TV talking about, man, who we gonna get in the draft. Yeah. Okay. We gonna be. I don't know about some of y'all in the chat. Some of y'all may go wherever he go. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be here. Juan gonna be here. Analyst John gonna be here. You feel me? We
I'll
gonna
still
be
pop
here.
in.
Talk about analyst. Hey, you go. What's your draft looking like, man? I know you're doing some research.
Yeah.
Y'all need to start having. See, that's what I want our fan base to. I want our fan base to be like goddamn Laker Nation, demanding excellence.
They don't have no clue, Damon. They don't have no clue. And
demanding excellence.
Lakers,
that's what I want us to be like. We over here celebrating a 5-game winning streak, and we was 3 games under 500.
and also, wait a minute, guys.
We beat the Pacers. We beat them.
I want to real quick, right? And this is not me calling out people. Well, I mean, it is. You know, listen.
Call them out. Call them out. Call them out.
It's funny. The same people I saw in the chat calling us haters, I don't see them today. I mean, nowhere to be found. I look at the chat as the show goes on. Nowhere to be found. Not gonna call no names, but y'all know who you are. Same people that
you know what, analyst? Even if you go to New Pat City, Chauncey in there clowning right now.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. My guy Eddie, who tried to call us out or tried to call us Trae haters and blah blah blah. The first thing he put up in there was watch them switch up. Because he knew. He knew what time it was. That's why he put that. Watch them switch now. Because he know Buddy tricked off the game. He didn't do it all by himself, but he helped. And he knew that. But what I'm saying is, we as fans, we need to be. That's why I ain't happy. That's why, y'all always think you got that right. I'm negative. Because this team should be 10 games above 500. Right now, we should be saying, you know what, Juan? Damn, we fucked that game up. But guess what? But we still 12 games above 500, so we good. Analysts, we still 2 games. We still 2 games from the 3rd spot.
Exactly. That's the conversations that we should be having.
But we can't have that conversation because we tricked off the first half of the year and blame whoever you want to blame. You could blame Nate McMillan. But then you got all the jump popping off, right? So, hey, is Trae really making the G calls? Who is in charge? What do we have going on here? But no, we over here 3 games above 500, 3 games under 500, went on a 5-game winning streak, and we in here. My buddy had the nerve to come in here and say we negative. Y'all always negative. What? Are you kidding me? My expectations is up here, dog.
Yeah. Damon, I agree with you, and I know you hot about it too, because I'm the same way as you, man. Like my expectation for this Hawks and the way we playing right now is unacceptable, bro. Like if any other job, if you know you had the talent and you know you got the marketing skills or yada yada yada, your resume says you're this and you playing below your expectations, you gonna get a stern talking to from your supervisor, from the head of that corporation, like, hey, bro, what's going on? You can't continue to perform like this. And that's what we as fans expect from the Hawks, man. Just like John said, he has an obligation to this fan, whether he's not going to the game, but from the streaming service, from merchandise, from just, whatever he is to look at his game. You are contributing to that team, man. And it's okay to point out that Trae was bad tonight.
Hey,
like,
Chauncey,
stop making it about that.
Chauncey, we only got 30 seconds left, bro.
You came over here.
Hey, did y'all see Nate chew a little Ray out on the bench over there? And he stormed off like a teenager.
I heard, man.
I saw it.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Hey, listen, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel once again.
Where my little buddy Analyst at? Where my little buddy Analyst at?
I gotta end it. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Salute. Shout out to everybody on the panel. We Talks TV, #1 YouTube fan channel for the Atlanta fans. We can't do this without y'all. I can't do this without these guys that you see right here. Shout out Juan, Ticket, John, Chauncey, Jordan, Analyst. Y'all know what time it is. And Ticket and my boy Matt, everybody who up here, Mike too. Y'all know what time it is. Catch up with. Hey, we here after hours.
I want to argue with Analyst.
Hey, tap in with us. All right,
He
we
ain't going
got
nowhere. He's right here.